Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for watching America's favorite cooking show, or at least all of your favorite cooking shows. Typically, we come in and we have ourselves a drink of chicken broth in celebration of another daily upload. But today I'm out of chicken broth, so you are going to join me in a very simple chicken broth making recipe. I've amassed a fair share of chicken carcasses here over the last couple of weeks. I'm getting a phone call. Give me a second here. We might need to restart this. Nope, just spam. I've amassed a fair share of chicken carcasses over the last few weeks, and so we're going to put them into our bowl, add some water, and boil it up, and it's as simple as that. My goodness, I should have taken the trash out yesterday. These little rotisserie chickens that you get from the store are perfect for things like this. You can just debone them by the time you get home. Keep the carcass inside of the bag. And then use the carcass for the chicken broth. It's super simple. I only think that I need 3. I'll put the rest into another bag and maybe throw it in the freezer so that they can just last a little bit longer. A little bit of extra meat on the carcass is no big deal. And I just want to make sure everything is completely submerged once we put it on the stove. So this big piece right here that's kind of on its side, I'm at least going to try to rotate it on its back. There we go. Yeah, and that should be a good amount as is. I'm not going to be worried about any splattering or boiling because we're just going to have this simmer. Let's take the bag here. We're going to put this on medium-high to start out. It's going to take some effort in order to get that simmering. But once it starts simmering, we'll bring it all the way back to low and just leave it for about 8 hours. I'm going to add plenty of salt and garlic to that. If you prefer to be a little bit more precise with your measurement, you can find a recipe online that works for you. And instead of just eyeballing it, you can put a specific amount of tablespoons that you would like. Salt and black pepper are incredibly important for me. Some parsley flakes are incredibly important to me. I like thyme, and cayenne pepper. See, do we have any big bay leaves left? I think we might have used all of that. I believe we did. All right. And the cayenne pepper will be the last thing that we add this time. You can obviously add less or more of whatever you want. I also have some rosemary here. I like adding some large bay leaves, but I believe I'm out of that. So stir all of this in. I think the more that you break down the chicken carcasses, the better your broth will turn out. I have a couple of big pieces in there that might become issues a little bit later. But if that happens, we can always just pull it back out again and break it down smaller. And already, this color change that you're seeing, that isn't just from the seasonings that have been put in, that's already happening because of the chicken. So it's perfect. So we'll put this right here. I have this on the back in case I need to cook throughout the evening. It's about 3 o'clock right now. Even though we haven't started boiling yet, around 11 o'clock tonight is when I'll take this off and drain it and put it into the fridge. It's really simple. All I'm going to do is take out a big bowl like this with a strainer, a colander, and I'm going to pour that entire bowl in over this colander, including all of the bones, and let the bones sit here. The broth should rise almost up to the top. I'll take the bones out, throw the bones away into the trash, and then you can either leave your broth in this container and just put a lid on it, or you can take this and pour it back into, you know, the big bowl, not the bowl, the pot that the broth is currently cooking in right now. And I usually do that and just put it back into the fridge with a towel down so that the hot bottom doesn't melt the plastic. I don't think chicken broth has to be incredibly hard and difficult. Even just using rotisserie chickens that you get from the store, this type of chicken stock and chicken broth is going to far exceed anything that you could buy at the store. This doesn't have any real good flavor to it. I mean, and this is stock. I mean, you're supposed to add a cup of water to it in order for it to not be so rich. And it says it has rich flavor. It says it's amazing. You know, if you have a recipe that calls for it and you don't have anything else, go for it. But seriously, that chicken broth is so good for you. You can have it on its own and add it into any recipe that you need. So I have some aspirations of cooking with a crock pot here in the next few days. I would love to do that and add this chicken broth to it. Sorry, it's 2 in the afternoon, but I did just wake up. I had a graveyard shift last night. But I would love to do some crock pot meals and get that, because I haven't done a crock pot meal in months. So anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. I'm stammering on at this point. I will have another regular meal tomorrow where we'll make chicken fried rice. I appreciate all of you watching, and I will see you then. Bye.